Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another Meals of the Week video. I hope you've all had a lovely week and have a good weekend. And what we had last week was I got some meatballs, and this wasn't a dinner, this was something I made for a snack. It was something I had seen online and I thought it sounded really fun for the kids to have as a little picky snack. So I cooked some spaghetti. I cooked up the meatballs in the oven for a while till they were nearly cooked, and I got out a muffin tray. As you can see, I'm just spraying it with oil to stop anything sticking. Once I had drained the spaghetti, I put some oil through that spaghetti as well so it doesn't stick together. And then I was trying to figure out the best way to put the spaghetti into the muffin tins. As you can see in a minute, I do swap to a fork. That was definitely easier. So I've never made this dish before, and like the kids love spaghetti and meatballs, and I just thought this was something different. I think the lady I saw making it called it spaghetti and meatballs muffins or something, but it's literally just spaghetti sauce and meatball, but you refrigerate it and it becomes like, I say a bite, it's definitely more than one bite. And actually, in the end, the kids just reheated them anyway. But it was still a nice little snack. So there I am, just trying to make it neater by twirling it with a fork, which is what I should have done in the first place. So that is my tip if you want to make anything like this, is to twirl the spaghetti in the saucepan first. I mean, we've all got to learn, haven't we? This is it. Like, we can't all know how to do things the perfect way to start with. You know, I am the far from perfect mum. I don't know everything, and I'm never going to pretend I do. And we don't twirl spaghetti with forks and spoons like I see some people doing. We've never done that. So this is all new to me. But anyway, these went down a hit. I will make them again, I am sure of it. I would have loved to have eaten these, but I can't have tomatoes. So that was just the sauce that I used to put on the top. So you probably just want a spoon to maybe 2 spoons of sauce, depending how saucy you want it. Because obviously if you're going to pick these up and eat them, you don't want it to be too saucy. But if you're going to use a knife and fork, you probably don't want it to be too dry. So you might want some extra sauce there. It's really up to you. There's no hard and fast rules about it. So anyway, you just go along and just put sauce over each of the little spaghetti nests, and then top them all with a meatball. And then I put them back into the oven to bake them. I think I baked them for about 10-15 minutes. It was something like that anyway. Just to finish cooking the meatball and to try and make the spaghetti a bit more, it doesn't go hard and crunchy or anything, but it does form together a nest a lot better. So yeah, I just stuck that right in the top, pushed them down a little bit. I just thought this was quite a novelty kind of snack, really. I'm always looking online for different ideas for meals, and a lot of the recipes that I do find online, either on where do I find them? Some of them are on Facebook, on different groups and stuff, and then you know, Instagram, the usual kind of thing. So I keep meaning to go on Pinterest, to be honest, but I don't know, I don't really get Pinterest. I like to look at the pictures, but when I'm trying to actually find things and information, I find it quite frustrating because you've got to look so hard just for the simple bits of information. So I tend to avoid Pinterest a little bit. But a lot of the recipes I find on Facebook will direct me to Pinterest. I'm always looking on YouTube as well for inspiration and different dinners. So I like to watch other people's meals of the weeks. I like to watch a lot of home cooks and chefs and see what they are making too. And some of my meals are just your plain and usual, boring kind of, or what some people say are boring, regular run-of-the-mill meals. And then sometimes I do find a different nice recipe for us to try, and some of them we actually do sort of like keep doing time and time again, and some we just never have again. But that was it after they were baked. As you can see, they have formed into a nest now. So yeah, they were interesting. On the same day, this is what we actually had for dinner. So that was like obviously snack prepping that I was making. This was the dinner, and I had to ask somebody how to pronounce this because I don't know how to do it. I think I've forgotten how to do it, but I think it's gyros, is it? It's something like that. Thank you for helping me, but I've probably screwed it up. So what I did was I made a marinade, and I smothered the meat in it, the chicken thighs, put them in the fridge for a few hours. It says for up to 12 hours, but I didn't have that long. I'd left it too late, but it was still really good. We had some flatbreads. That middle plate didn't have flatbreads. My daughter is gluten-free. So on my flatbreads there, I put some mango chutney because I can't really have a lot of fresh yogurt. That child didn't want any sauce or anything. And then the middle plate, she had some nice salad, which she put some pomegranate molasses in. And then she had the meat. And I put all this meat in with some raw red onions, loads of salad, and like I said, some mango chutney in the bottom. This was delicious. Unfortunately, being dairy intolerant and the marinade had yogurt in it, we thought we'd see how we got on, but it did upset my stomach a little bit. But it was still delicious. I just don't know if I'd eat it again. The other kids loved it though. And then on to the next day, I made a stir fry mix from scratch. So that is raw red onion, there's some green cabbage, asparagus, and some grated carrot. I am allergic to some of the ingredients in the bag, so as I'm just finding at the moment, there's so many things I just can't have now, so I just got to go back to basics and make things from scratch. So I made my own little stir fry mix, which was lovely. I decided to have a steak. Now the kids don't like stir fry, so I had that to myself. Obviously not the whole lot. There's quite a lot there, although the veg obviously does cook down quite a lot, so it looks a lot to start with, but I did have some of that and I saved some. Then I put in some rice noodles. I made my own little sauce, and that was my steak, which looks perfectly cooked, but that was a really had gristly bits in it. It was horrible. Was not the best steak that I've had, and I added that in. But I made some sauce with some honey and some coconut aminos because I can't have soy sauce, and that's a good alternative, and a little bit of water just to loosen it up. So it doesn't sound that flavorful, but actually it was pretty nice. It just gives it a subtle flavor and a bit of moisture, because obviously I don't want the noodles to be dry. And I just threw the steak in. I like it, but I don't know why. Whenever I cook a steak to go on a stir fry, there's just always chewy bits in it, and it's really hard to eat. But I don't cook it any differently to usual, so I don't know. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I always feel healthy when I eat a stir fry. I know it sounds so silly because I do eat vegetables for other dinners. But yeah, anyway, this is what I did for the kids. I used some flatbreads that we had in the freezer. I needed to get rid of them, so I thought, right, fine, we'll make flatbread pizzas. So I used the rest of that jar of sauce that I'd put in the meatballs, so that didn't go to waste, and just some hash brown pop things and an onion ring. We'd had some leftover chicken from, actually that was the Greek chicken that I put on top, and there's no cheese in this pizza because again, dairy intolerant, they don't eat cheese at all, so that was just a little pizza to have for them. I made 2 different soups on this day. So this is a gluten-free pasta vegetable soup, and then I made this one which was regular pasta, and I put in some smoked bacon in there as well. So I had a frozen mix of carrot, onion and celery, which is a great soup mix. I bought it from Tesco's a long time ago. It needed using. So then I just put in vegetable stock, but I think chicken stock would just be nicer. But like I said, I had to do a second pot there of the gluten-free. This is extra small pasta, and it just looked really nice for gluten-free pasta. But this is what I call my pasta soup. It's kind of more pasta than it is soup, but I like it like this. It's just a really nice meal to have. We love this, but I don't cook it very often. I used to make huge vats of it, but the pasta's just not that great reheated and used later on, so it's just kind of a nice one to make what you're going to use, unless you undercook the pasta in the first place. Then it'll probably be okay. On to the next day, I decided to make some chicken wings. So I've got onion powder, garlic powder, and a few different seasonings in there, mixed it with some flour, and then I coated the chicken wings in it. It just straight in there. I didn't use any egg or anything. And then I threw them straight into the air fryer. Stupidly, somehow I cooked it on grill function instead of air fryer function. Don't know how I did that. Came out perfectly fine as it was, and it's so much quicker to cook chicken wings in the air fryer or grill than it is in the oven. So they were done in 20 minutes, nice and juicy and tender. Just served that up with just some chips and some onion rings. It was just supposed to be a nice but quick and easy dinner, because we like things easy round here. Days are long and hard, all that sort of stuff, so sometimes we just want something easy to cook, and that was one of them. That really took no time, which was great. And then on to the last day of the week, I had ready rolled pastry, and then that is a packet of sausage meat, and into that I put some mango chutney and a bit of salt and pepper. I know that's not quite even there, I did even it out, and then I just slid it so I could plait it. Didn't plait it very well, but it was fine. And then I milk washed it with oat milk because we don't have egg, so obviously you could use an egg. To be honest, it browns up just as nice, as you can see, and I'd actually cut it and annihilated it before I even remembered to take a picture, so I'm really sorry. But this was the finished product. It's just like a posh sausage roll, a very big one. So we had that just with some sprouts, broccoli, carrots, some gravy. This was delicious, we loved it, and my youngest had this for leftovers for 2 days afterwards as well, because they just enjoyed it so much. They had little bits for lunch, and it was a really nice meal. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you around. Bye everyone.